Are the days of the traditional book numbered? The rising popularity of e-books would seem to suggest perhaps.
Right, the e-book industry has grown substantially in recent years here in Korea, but even so, the size of the market is relatively smaller here compared to other advanced economies. Now, to put all of this into perspective today, we're joined live in the studio by Arirang News cultural correspondent Park Ji-won. Good evening to you, Ji-won.
Hello, Daniel and Kanyong. And you're right that the Korea's e-book industry has been growing very fast. But compared to other countries, like the US, at the end of last year, e-book industry accounted for about 30% of the total book market. In the UK, it was 16%. But Korea's e-book industry, most experts agree that it's around 2 to 3% last year. So we are still in the beginning phase.
Right, so it seems like there is still a much way to go for the e-book market here in Korea, but you were saying that it is actually growing at a faster rate.
Yes, for example, last year, Korea's total book market stood at around 3.3 billion US dollars, but e-book market raked in around 94 million US dollars. That's around less than 3%, but most experts predict this year they will see the number will grow to more than 50% compared to last year. And that's accordance with what one of the managers I talked for this report from the Kyobo Book Center, which is one of the major e-book business players here in Korea. So let's listen to what he had to say about this report.
We've seen about a 70% increase so far this year compared to the same period last year. Our ebook business accounts for only about 2 to 3% of our paper book market. However, just a few years ago, it was less than 1%. So we're seeing very fast growth.
However, despite this fast growth rate, experts say some unique features of the Korean e-book market are hampering further growth.
One of the stumbling blocks of the Korean e-book market is that publishers in general tend to be reluctant about publishing best-selling books as e-books because they believe the sales of paper books will bring bigger profits. They're also afraid that e-book sales will hamper paper book sales. There's also a problem with a lack of devices. There are diverse e-book reader devices in Korea, but most Korean consumers tend to only use their smartphones or tablet PCs.
Okay, so like the expert suggests, a lot of publishers are afraid of e-books that it could be gnawing up at the profit margins of ordinary paper books. So is this really the case though, Ji-won?
So for that matter, I interviewed with CEO of an ebook publisher, and he says it's not the case. So let's listen to what he had to say about this.
33-year-old Kim Sung-min is the CEO of a fast-growing ebook publisher. Although it's only been in business for a few years, his company has already published more than 100 ebooks. And Kim says e-books can provide a better profit structure than paper books.
I began to focus on publishing ebooks from 2011. Seeing the fast growth in foreign markets is one factor, but more than anything, I thought its profit structure was reasonable. When it comes to ebooks, you don't need to worry about inventory or sales on credit. What's more attractive about ebook publishing is that since you don't have to worry about unsold inventory, you can experiment more with the books you choose to publish.
So this idea of publishing ebook isn't profitable, I suppose, but this could be a misnomer, right? They're looking ahead. What's the latest trend in Korea's ebook market?
So what's the latest in trend is so-called app books. Well, app books are the ebooks you can buy from application stores directly. So what's so different about these app books from the traditional ebooks is that you don't need any more additional reading platforms, whether it be reading devices or reading platform programs you have to download from your tablet PCs or your cell phones. So these app books have more interactive features compared to ebooks, such as hyperlinks or audio or video links. So it makes you feel like that you are more connecting and interacting with the authors. So let's take a look.
As you can see here, by touching the calendar at the corner of this app book, an egg in the middle will hatch according to the time schedule. App books are easy to make with the proper programming tools, and anybody can make a book and sell it through application stores. Designer Kim Gang-jung, who has nearly 20 years of experience as an art director for paper magazines, now works as the art director of a tool that turns paper books or e-books into app books.
App books have expanded the time and space of readers in different manners from paper books or e-books can offer. Now, individuals can make their own books and sell them directly in application stores. It helps individuals become authors and publishers themselves, allowing them to directly communicate with readers.
So, Jiwon, ebook market certainly seems to be the wave of future, but for a traditional person like me, I would still prefer to reach out for those paperback books, and I love the smell of books and just walking into the library and things like that, but I suppose I will have to change too to adapt to the new style.
Well, thank you for joining us and reporting us on the ins and outs and the future of ebook, and also possibly a way for traditional books to stay alive in the future. Thank you so much, Jiwon.
Sure.